beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Talking gold and silver and crypto too. With Joe and the gang, it's what we do.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. We're stacking sats, we're stacking gold. In the world of finance, real gold. Every sip, every chart, we're on our way to financial freedom, come what may.
So grab that tasty beverage, let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Oh my goodness, gold and silver are chilling. They're just chilling out, doing their thing at the moment. Bitcoin and crypto is having a little bit of a bounce. We'll take a look at the live prices of gold, silver, platinum, Bitcoin, crypto as well. And the Brainwashed are bombing Tesla dealerships. We're going to talk about brainwashing. Are you brainwashed as well? We'll have a bit of a chat about that. Look, if you're watching this on the replay, hot damn, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, geez, man, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here and you do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, going out live on X and on YouTube right now. And we have a super chat right out of the gate. We'll show that in a second. Holy crap. But first, what we do is the synchronized slurp. You grab a tasty beverage, I grab my tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together. I'm a little bit of an extra up and about mood today. So whatever you're drinking right now, whatever you're slurping, slurp it audibly. You must do it audibly. It is the honor system wherever you are in the world, live on X and YouTube right now. Go! Dang, man, extra slurpy. My name is Joe Main. Yes, I do have an Australian accent. Some people say it sounds a little bit British sometimes, but that's because we're all from different areas of Australia. Some people in the lower parts of Australia aren't as mate, g'day, man, you know, and like that kind of thing. Yeah, live from Melbourne in Australia on X and on YouTube. I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010, a stacker of crypto since 2013, worked for 3 major gold and silver bullion dealers here in Australia, like the big boys, over about a 10, 11-year period. Now I do this daily live show, and I chat to my amazing Good Morning Stackers family, where we stack silver, satoshis, skills, all the other stuff that we do. Heads up, coming on Thursday morning, before we get into the day stuff and the shout-outs, etc., heads up, on Thursday morning, I will be chatting to the legendary Chris Dwayne from the Silver Shield series. You may remember Chris Dwayne from the Silver Bullet Silver Shield, then it turned into Silver Shield, etc. He's taken a bit of a hiatus. I don't think he's done many interviews, if any at all, for quite a while. I might be the first in a while, unless I'm wrong on that. I'll do my research. But Chris is going to be joining me on my channel. He was one of the people who basically one of the main people who helped wake me up to the world and how it works and reality and all that kind of stuff. So looking forward to that chat Thursday morning, 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Bring your questions, your queries, all that kind of stuff. And I'll make sure that I do quite an early on scheduled YouTube stream. I'll do that probably today and schedule it for Thursday morning. Cool. So that's going to be an amazing one. Of course, the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, wealthstack.com, and it is brought to you by these wonderful people, including, and I've got to do this super chat. What the hell, bro? Super chat, $100 from Rhyme Time UK. Dude, that is amazing. You know what this does, and I'll tell you in a sec. And let me read it out. It says, "Let me start the day positively." That's amazing. Sorry for my truthing on your Telegram. Oh man, I don't care. That's fine. Please enjoy dinner on me. That is really nice. Thank you, Rhyme Time UK. Much appreciated. So what that does is, of course, it helps keep me doing this show. Of course, I have my clients that I work with for my social media coaching, as you know. I help people launch and grow on social media, their businesses specifically. So hit me up with an email if you want to find out more, or just contact me through the various channels you can find me through, direct messages, etc. But it helps to support the show. It also helps me. I've just been really wanting, and I'm at that point now, right about at the point where I need to start upgrading some material. So I'm thinking about, I'm using a webcam here. Thinking about either getting a better webcam. I'm thinking about going down the full DSLR, OBS settings, all that kind of stuff, like the full-on thing. I'm thinking about getting a little bit of a set kind of thing rather than this thing behind me. I think it's time to step it up. So your super chats help me in that way to make the show better for you and everyone else out there. Okay, so Rhyme Time UK, thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate that. Let's get some more shout outs out the way, then we'll talk about today's topics. Neil's Han Dynasty by Silver Clover, of course. Hey, Steve P. I looked into that. That's a bit better. A little bit better so we can see that more. Steve P, I looked into that crystallized osmium last night. Yeah, we had a bit of an osmium lesson, looked at the price. Found a science website that sells it fairly cheaply. Ooh, I'm going to buy some with my next paycheck. That website that you found might possibly be the website that I'm going to be speaking to someone about, I think. And that if Space Miner is on the show, hey, Space Miner, I sent you an email. Let's get you on the channel and talk about crystallized osmium. Jason Razana is here. SP, let's know how you go with the purchase. Yes, all right. Morning, Joe. Morning, Jason. Good to see you, my friend. I'll definitely keep you guys updated about the osmium. Yes, I'm going to try and do a full osmium show as well. GMS Joe and the chat fam, the Dom. Yeah, Rhyme Time coming in hot, man. Good morning, Stackers. Yes. Good morning, Joe. Living Adaman's back. Good to see you, man. Pete Repeat is here. Good to see you, dude. Hi, everyone. Wow, Rhyme Time. Indeed. You got my drink ready. Got my tea. That is fantastic. Synchronized slurp, baby. Joe's cleaning up the super chats. Fantastic. I'm the best. You're the best. Few more comments, and as I've been saying, comments are getting thicker and faster. If you do want me to read out something specific, you need me to see it or you need me to read it out, then the super chat does help. It doesn't have to be $100 like Rhyme Time UK. It can be $2. I'll see it if it's $2. Let's see. Looking forward to hearing from Chris Dwayne. Yes, I've got a few silver shields in the stack. So do I. And that reminds me. Great. I'm going to show him my favorite piece of my favorite piece, and you guys have seen it before. All right, I'll look forward to that. I'm going to show him that when he's on the show. It's going to be great. Love it, man. And green screen it, Joe. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I don't know. I'm really thinking about really stepping it up. Like, you know. And speaking of what I've done, just out of interest, and I'll quickly show you guys. We'll get to today's topics very quickly. What I wanted to show you, and I won't show you there. Let me show you here. Okay, I have a brand new... that's not right. No, that's not the right one. I have a brand new Facebook channel. Okay, now I have the Good Morning Stackers channel. Okay, but I've actually just started. And I'll share the screen right now, and then we'll get into today's stuff. Let's share the screen. So this is me here. Okay, so this is a new one. It's actually not a new one. I had an old Facebook page many, many years ago that I just repurposed. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go down the personal branding route. Okay, so if you think someone like And you got to think big. Think someone like Steve Bartlett from the Diary of a CEO. Now, what he has is the Diary of a CEO YouTube channel, which is 10 million plus, subscribers. But on Facebook, and he does everything under his own name. So rather than the Diary of the CEO Facebook page, it's the Steve Bartlett Facebook page, and he posts everything. So short answer is, and also the reason I'm doing this is I had a lot of personal FB profile friend requests, okay? Because I post on the Good Mornings, the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum, and all. I was getting a lot of friend requests. I did accept some of them. I've had to deny a bunch of them because I'm just trying to keep my life a little bit separate. And so here it is. So if you go to facebook.com/ and this is a bit, I couldn't pick anything else, the Joe Main, okay? Sorry. Facebook.com/ the Joe Main. Follow me over there and you're going to be getting everything that I do, plus more stuff as well. It's basically like all my usual thoughts that I would put on my private Facebook account, I'm now making public again because my private account is now locked. Okay, so definitely follow me over there. And I need to reach 100 followers. Why do I need to reach 100 followers? So then I can live stream on Facebook from here as well. So could you please all do me a favor right now? Head over to facebook.com/ the Joe Main and give me a follow, please. Not a like, but a follow. I think it's follows now anyway. And also, while you're there, please follow me at It's Joe Main. So the Joe Main Facebook, It's Joe Main for Twitter. Sorry Elon, X. 3,500 and something followers over there. Would be very appreciated. Appreciated. Let's get into today's stuff. We are going to talk about, we'll do the live gold, silver analysis and stuff, and then we'll go back to the other stuff. All right, let's go here. Let's talk about gold, etc. Let's see, 3009, and I'll go back here. Gold is chilling out. Gold and silver having a bit of a chill, like I thought at least gold would. So we'll take a look at the live gold, platinum, the gold chart right now. We'll do gold, silver, platinum, and then we'll get into the topic of the day and some other stuff, Bitcoin and crypto. Here is gold on the daily time frame priced in USD, $3,009 US. So far holding above the $3,000 psychological value, although the bearish divergence, mini bearish divergence, so far is playing out, hasn't played out fully yet. So we're still above that $3,000 level, that 0.236 level at 3,003, taking it from this recent low on the daily time frame and this recent high on the daily time frame. Found that support there. Gee, what do you know? Right bang on the $3,003 level right there. If we start cracking below here, then very clearly we're going to go down to the top end of where I thought we would, at least. So if we start breaking through here and closing any day below, just call it 3,000 even, you're going to probably see a quick move down to around 2,970 US. Cool, and from there, you want to see it bounce if you don't want to see it go any lower than that. Duh. Hey, if you don't want to see it if you don't want to see it go lower, it has to go higher. Really? No shit, Sherlock. But you want to see this, or this as that's the deepest the correction you want to see it go. That puts it into the expected range from this low and this high. Other people call it the zag zone, which I will probably start calling it the zag zone. Somewhere between the 0.382 and the 0.618 is where you would want to find support. If you break here, then let me do that again. If you break here, start closing days below there, that becomes resistance. Then we're talking about probably a pretty deeper correction, okay? So your line in the sand at the moment is 2,920 US. Some of you want to load up more. Great. Some of you are dollar cost averaging, even better, and you just want to average your cost lower. Brilliant. Do that. Buy on the regular as it goes lower. Great, because we know where it's going in the longer term. Of course, we're going $8,000, $10,000 even plus in the next 3 to 5 years, something like that. Okay, that is where it is going eventually. Cool. So a little blip along the way. Just watch out for somewhere between there, 2,970 and 2,920. Definitely though, the bearish divergence, higher high on the fiat dollar price, lower high on the relative strength index, and it is back into its normal kind of zone. Top end of the normal zone, but back into the normal zone. So I am expecting something like this-ish. And hopefully onwards and upwards from there. Now, if we break this support level here, then that's talking that kind of thing. We won't talk about the potential lower prices just yet. I have mentioned them before in previous shows. Let's wait to see what we do here. Cool. That's what you're looking out for gold. Might be a quick one today for gold, silver, and platinum. Let's take a look at silver. Daily time frame, price in US dollars, $32.94 US cents using the tradingview.com website. Highly recommended. A little bit buggy sometimes, but it's the best trading charting system ever. It's very, very good. Highly recommend it. You can sign up for free. And if you want the extra bells and whistles, they've got various tiers. No, I am not sponsored by them. This is silver, as I said, looking great. At the moment, same as gold. Look, if gold has a bit of a dip, silver might have a bit of a dip too. I feel like a broken record at the moment, but not a lot to say really. If I do the following, let me put that value line back on. That's what I wanted. There you go, sunshine. Right there, yeah, look, it's just in a big trading range at the moment, and you would just call that between, let me just do that, that's easy. Yeah, between your $35 and your $28 level. Okay, can we get back to $28? Yeah, that's potential, but so far so good. You've got this trend line, which is currently being respected. Watch out for that for a potential level of support. Do I have any Fibonacci that I need to pop in? Fib retracements. There you go, right there. So that's from that high and that low. No, what else? I'll get rid of you. I deleted you, bugger. Didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. I think, let me go here, there and there. Yep, okay, so from this little recent low right here, and this recent high, we have just dipped into, okay, here's something. We've just dipped into the zag zone. Okay, so we have spent a little bit of time in there. So that's looking positive. I did say quite recently that you might see gold have the dip and then silver just consolidates for a bit rather than dipping at the same percentage level. So you might actually see a lowering in the gold to silver ratio right here. So we've dipped into the zag zone, as they call it. You want to hold right where we are right now. $32.90 something cents is where you want to hold, and you want to see that bounce. Why is that right in the area that I need it to be in? Okay, you want to see that spike is good. Now you need to see that close above right here at $33.40, and then onwards and upwards we go, very likely. But on balance of probability, if I think gold's going to have a bit of a dip more, then I would suggest silver would be the same. Gold hasn't confirmed it just yet. That's it, Joe, but watch out for this trend line right here. So if you start breaking down through here, maybe you find the bottom at around about, a confluence of the 0.618. That's at about $32.10 roughly, and it might coincide with this uptrend line. That would be quite usual, okay? That would not be surprising at all. You come down here, do something like that, test, bounce off, and then onwards and upwards we go. Cool. I don't know. I'm just giving you a random weather report in case. These are the things that you need to look out for. That's gold and silver. Let's take a look at platinum. Platinum on the daily time frame, priced in US dollars, 973 US dollars. What has platinum done to me? Once again, it has so far. It's almost confirmed a Lucy in the Football scenario. If you're not familiar with that, Charlie Brown, the Peanuts cartoon. If you're too young, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. If you're old like me, you understand. Lucy in the Football. Hey, Charlie Brown, here's the football. I'm going to put it on the ground and you're going to kick it. And I promise I won't let it go before you kick it and you fall flat on your butt. This is what Lucy does to me with platinum every single time. She goes, I promise you, Charlie, we're breaking out of an area. It's going to hold. I promise I'll hold for you. I'll hold it. I'll hold it. No, this time I promise. I promise I'll hold it. Okay. Once again, it's doing it to me. We have nearly closed below. Back here, yeah, we're getting Technically, very technically, we're in the depressed zone for platinum right now. We were in my cautiously optimistic area. We're in my cautiously excited area. Right now, I'll just say, whatever. I'll say meh for platinum. We need to hold that $970 level. Can you see that very clearly? Right there, that's your new level of support that you must hold. If you do that, a quick bounce, a fake out, back above here, great. Good going. And then once we get into this zone right here, that is my excited zone, I will start doing mini dances of joy. And of course, as you all know, close any month above, any quarter really, above 1,115, I will do the Perfect Strangers, Balky Bar Tokamus Dance of Joy. That's an old reference. Some of you won't get that. Some of you will. Yeah. So we're not there yet. So remain above 970, please, and thank you. If we start cruising back in here, potential short-term double top, and right there, and then potentially, very potentially, not saying it is at all, but potentially back down to the best buy zone, and that's anywhere between 900 to 750. That is down in that area right there. Cool. Watch out for it, people. But over the longer term, I am bullish on platinum, just like I am with gold and silver. Okay, very detailed right there, but you can see it has remained at major support around that $900 level. Few dips along the way, okay, but 900's really been a key support level for a while, okay, and it's so far for a good number of months. So no, years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 years, roughly, with a couple of spikes. It has remained above $900, and it's setting it up for a beautiful eventual move above this 1,115, and then onwards and upwards we go. Okay, good in the future. Just a little bit depressed for it right now. But look, maybe, again, this is just your accumulation range. It's a great time probably to be potentially loading up on platinum. I'm not doing it yet. I will probably wait for confirmation for me, because I don't want the opportunity cost of waiting for, another year to be, putting all my cash into platinum. Not you put everything into anything, but just opportunity cost. I need to see that close above 1,115 on a quarterly time frame, preferably. As I said, then bang in with a portion of my portfolio. Get it? Got it? Good. That's platinum. Gold to silver ratio is really looking busy. Sorry, not a lot to say. You have found support. Excuse me. Gold to silver ratio. Oh, look at that. Okay. On the monthly time frame. Okay, look at this. All right, we've had that big wick, and it's really that wick down was ATs, and silver said, I'm going to outperform for a while, and gold just went, yeah, no, you don't. So we have seen on the monthly time frame a pretty, so far, we've got another week until the close, but gee, that's a pretty big wick right there. Something has to happen pretty soon to silver in the upward direction in order for this to start going back down again. Okay, very much a false breakdown out of this area, and gold still leading the charge at the moment. As we all know, though, gold will have its time in the sun for quite some time. Let me fix that so that's a better lighting. Gold will have its time in the sun. Silver will follow eventually, and we know that means that silver for a decent period of time will start outperforming gold massively. Where that starts from, I don't know. But as we all know, as this goes higher and higher, should you be buying gold? No, you buy silver for the eventual spring back. Get it? Got it? Good. Out of interest, Rhodium. I'm going to take a quick look at Rhodium today. I'm going to do a Rhodium special as well, maybe after I speak to ASX Trader again, who will be joining us on the show pretty soon, maybe in the next few weeks. Rhodium, this is an ETC. It's not an ETF. It's called an ETC. I don't know what that stands for. How uneducated am I? This is basically a proxy for the spot price of Rhodium. Okay, and it's based on, it's 1/10 of the price. So each share of this, it's called the DB, ETC, PLC, X Trackers, Physical, Rhodium, ETC on the weekly time frame. This is each share of this is 1/10 of an ounce of rhodium. Okay, so that's why you see $543 US, but that's equivalent to the spot price of actual rhodium, which is $5,430 roughly, give or take. You can see it's been in a decent spring back. You've got consolidation under some resistance there. You got looks like a bottom that has formed. You've broken what it looks like. It's broken its market structure. Potentially, it did have a breakout back in May of last year, but then it was a quick move back down. We have broken back through again. Where it goes from here, I don't know. I think you've got some supply issues from out of South Africa with rhodium at the moment. I think that's the reason for the recent spike in the last few weeks. But you're up a decent percentage. Okay. Should you be getting into rhodium? I don't know. I'm going to talk to ASX Trader about it in the next couple of weeks, probably. 50% move in the last few weeks. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Isn't it nice to buy something that goes 50% in a few weeks? Yeah. So watch out for that. I would be watching out for a support level at this level here at 475. If you can remain above there, okay, great. Now, I would expect maybe after breaking a major downtrend line, you could come back down even further, have a quick little test of the downtrend line, and then as long as you break above here again at 475, you break that again, hold it as support, man, then onwards to the next area. Excuse me, you can't see that pop up. Then onto that next area, and that's the big one right here, that downtrend line. That's at around about your, call it $600 roughly. You break out of there, do that, game on. Okay, then we'll be talking about probably, well, decently higher prices, possibly even a doubling in a short amount of time for rhodium. So watch out for rhodium. And if you don't want to watch the chart is called XRH0. Okay, XRH0. If you couldn't be bothered watching it, subscribe to me now and I will keep you updated on the rhodium chart. Could be a great play. I'm not in it. I will consider getting in it after a few more confirmations. And again, I'm going to talk to ASX Trader about rhodium, get his opinion on it as well. He'll be joining us on the channel once again very, very soon. That is rhodium. That's all the other precious metals. Cool? Cool. Let's do some more comments and then we'll maybe talk about the topic of the day. Then we'll get to Bitcoin and crypto. The topic of the day is brainwashing. Are you brainwashed? And specifically, we're going to talk about losers bombing Tesla factories, bombing Tesla dealerships, etc. Let's get through some more comments. I've got to speak to my amazing GMS family. Love the fact that you speak to each other. Let's see, green tea at the website I found wants 1,260 for 4.2 grams of osmium. I think that might, Silver Rigger, I think that's the same one. Is that the New Mexico Institute one? Okay. That could, if it's that one, it could be run by one of our esteemed subscribers. I need gold to chill out so I can stack more. That's the attitude that I like to see. Oh, I found a website that was like $95 USD for 1 to 2 grams of osmium. Is that osmium or crystallized osmium? There might be a difference. Good morning, Stackers, says Gerald Draper. Good to see you, bro. I'm thinking it's time to buy a gold detector again. Oh, before Minelab jack the prices. Ooh, yeah. Of course, a SH1. Don't know what that means. Not easy to come by, though. What does SH mean? I know nothing about detecting and all that. But in the next gold bull run, which we are in, but we're not in the massive mania phase at all yet. They said back in the gold rush days, did you make more money finding gold or did you make more money selling the shovels to the gold miners? Okay, so gold detecting equipment. Yeah, have a think about what kind of, and let's come up with this together. Maybe we can all start a business together. What kind of businesses can be started around that gold detecting thing that is like selling the gold detecting thing to the gold prospector, but it's smaller stuff. It's like your accessory kind of things. I wonder what we could do. That could be a really good market. You never know. It was a website that sold periodic table elements for chemistry people. Yes, so different thing. Different thing, so it's not crystallized osmium. It says osmium is toxic in the powdered form, only safe when crystallized. Correct, apparently. Good gold detectors will hold value in a bull market like this. Yeah, that's a great point. In the project Institute Vaulting Services, all right, you guys are talking amongst yourselves in that. Let's see. Morning all, your setup is fine in my opinion. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm really I want to step it up a little bit more. Let's see. Mayor, I agree about platinum. Yeah, it's annoying me. Let's see. More comments, and then we'll get into the topic of the day, and then Bitcoin and crypto and stuff. Damn, it is cheap though. You could be right. Found the answer. The comments froze. I couldn't see the other comments. Okay. Hey, Alan Satoshi Greenspan is here. Good to see you, my friend. I'm umming and ahhing, says Living Adam Man, about a silver bar or some coins after I bought the top of the last run up. Well, again, you're dollar cost averaging, and great way to do it, man. You're umming and ahhing about silver bars or some coins. So the question is there, to answer that question that you didn't ask, but I'll answer it anyway. Having served thousands of customers over the counter, over the phone, email throughout my 11 years in the bullion industry, here's my answer to that. It depends on, have you got all your exit strategies in place? So for example, do you own silver bars? And you don't have to do any of the following, by the way. You can do one strategy or another strategy. It doesn't matter. But some people like to diversify their exit strategies. So some people like to have a core stack, like a big core stack of, let me just get rid of that. I'm going to do that again because I might turn this into a topic. Let's answer the question that someone just asked about. They're umming and ahhing about whether they do silver bars or silver coins. They're saying they're not sure which ones to buy at the moment. They've got a bunch of silver, but their next purchase, do I buy silver bars or silver coins? And because I've served thousands of customers in my time over my 11 years in the bullion industry here in Australia, I could probably help with that. If you have multiple exit strategies, and I'll talk about that in a second, if you have multiple exit strategies, have a think about which one you may need to top up. So what am I talking about in an exit strategy? If you buy into something, you have to figure out, how am I going to sell it later on down the track? So with silver, for example, you might be the type of stacker that only thinks they'll ever sell back to a bullion dealer. Now if that's the case, if that's you, I'm just going to buy as much silver I can for as cheap as I can, or gold or whatever, and I'm just going to sell it back to a bullion dealer. Well, that informs you about the type of metal and in the sizes in which you should buy. So again, if you're only selling back to a bullion dealer, well, do you need to buy the smaller sizes? Do you need to buy coins? Probably not. Maybe you just need to buy big chunky bars that are large enough that the premium over spot price is pretty cheap, but small enough that you don't get stung later on down the track when you take it back to the bullion dealer and they go, oh, you brought me back a 5 kilo bar of silver. You're not going to get spot price for that. You're going to get much lower than spot price for that. So there's a sweet spot. The sweet spot's around about 100 ounce size bars of silver or 1 kilo bars, depending on the bullion dealer. Now, there's only 2 bullion dealers in all of Australia that actually buy back at spot price in the first place. One of those who you know, of course, who I worked for many years, launched and grew their YouTube channel, Bullion Now. Bullion Now buyback at spot price. Okay, there's one more bullion dealer, Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au right there, who also buys back at spot price. But they do have caveats. If you bring in a 5 kilo bar of silver, they're not going to buy that back at spot, okay? But the 100 ounce bars and lower, you're good to go. So if you're the type of stacker, I'm just going to sell back to a bullion dealer, just buy bars. However, if you think you may need to sell into the private market, you need to sell to your next door neighbor, swap it for something later on, then you may want to consider coins as well, and in smaller sizes, like 1 ounce coins. Why? Well, you're dealing with people's personal preference. If every man and their dog is seeing silver, the next best investment, why you should be invested in silver. It's all over the TV, it's on advertisements, it's Facebook ads, it's silver, 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 silver. Everyone's clamoring for silver. and you're going to see ads from the mints. Okay, the Perth Mint will be advertising out the wazoo, buy our silver coins, buy our gold coins. So if people out there in Australia specifically, we'll talk about Australia, if they're thinking, wow, silver is everywhere, I've got to get into this silver thing. Oh, the Perth Mint sells silver. Perth Mint is Australia's largest mint. Okay, that's when you might need to consider diversifying into coins and branded coins like Perth Mint, for example. So if you have multiple exit strategies, to that wonderful subscriber who asked the question, where are you sitting within your exit strategy levels? Do you have enough bars to cover you for the selling back to the bullion dealer when you need some quick cash? Or do you have enough, if you don't, or do you have enough coins for the selling into the private market? Where are your levels sitting? Work out which one you don't have as much of, and maybe that is your decision for your next bars or coins question. Hope that helped. I'm going to turn that into a TikTok. I don't know. Let's see. Comments. I'm all about the junk silver. Yeah, but the big bars have cool factor to them. Yes, I do agree. I love big chunky bars. They're great. 1 kilo is my favorite, but we'll start looking at... Here's the thing, man. We're going to have to start looking at the smaller sizes. With the smaller sizes comes the higher premiums, but it is what it is. 1 ounce of gold, is it still at the moment? Give me 1 second. Oh, I've got it right there, dude. Let's see. 1 ounce gold. How much is an ounce of gold to buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au? You are looking at, even buyback gold is, it's under $5,000. Okay, so there was just recently a time where gold was over $5,000 per ounce. So if you walk into a bullion dealer and go, I'll have 1 ounce of gold, thanks, they go, great, show me your ID. I need your ID now for 1 ounce of gold. That's eventually going to happen with silver. Now, there's no big deal about the ID reporting requirements and all that kind of stuff, really, but I understand people want to remain anonymous. You can still remain anonymous if you purchase under $5,000 per person per day. Listen up, per person per day. But there is going to come a time where 1 kilo of silver, that's possibly going to cost you over 5,000. I'm not joking, over 5,000 Australian dollars. You're going to buy 1 kilo of silver. They're going to need your ID. So if you want to stay under the radar as such, not that I recommend that, you might have to start buying half kilo bars, 10 ounce bars, etc. And just for the fact, it's just not everyone's going to have $5,000 to buy a kilo of silver. So yeah, the more smaller bars are going to go for higher eventually. CT running late. How dare you, sir? CT from the Lone Star State. Okay, let's talk about it. Then we'll talk in Bitcoin and crypto, etc. Ready? Go. Are you brainwashed? Yes, you are. Now, let's talk about brainwashing for a second in terms of Tesla and the brainwashing, the complete, utter brainwashing that has been going on for people. Sorry, Jason, if you're watching, for people on the left who are the completely brainwashed people. Not everyone on the left, of course, but the ones who are brainwashed enough to start putting bombs as such, incendiary devices, keying Teslas, planting things at Tesla dealerships. I'm going to share the screen very quickly and we'll take a look at a recent article. This is from overnight. Let's take a look at out of Austin in Texas. And we're talking about brainwashing for a second as well. FBI investigating after multiple, let me get rid of that. Let me do that for you. FBI investigating multiple incendiary devices found at Tesla dealership in Texas. What the fuck, losers? What the fuck? Don't be so... What are you doing? Okay? If you're getting to the point, and I posted this on Facebook, if you're getting... I'll get back to that. Let's read the article. Multiple incendiary devices were found at a Tesla dealership in Austin, Texas on Monday morning, according to Austin Police Department. Okay? Officers located the suspicious devices, quote unquote, after responding to a Tesla dealership on US route, blah, 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 after 8 a.m. local time. And they called the Austin Police Department bomb squad to investigate. The devices were determined to be incendiary and were taken into police custody without incident. Okay, that's good. The FBI said on Monday that a task force to address the incidents targeting Teslas has been established. Good. The FBI will be relentless in its mission to protect the American people. Acts of violence, vandalism, and domestic terrorism, which it is, like the recent Tesla attacks, will be pursued with the full force of the law, the FBI said in a statement to ABC News. Austin police said it is an ongoing investigation, had no further information to release. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives is assisting the investigation. Recent attacks aimed at Tesla dealerships, vehicles and charging stations have been reported in, Las Vegas, Seattle, Kansas, Missouri, Charleston, SC, as well as other cities across the United States since Tesla CEO Elon Musk began his role with the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. The Bureau has received reports of 48 incidents, 48, where Tesla dealerships, cars and charging stations have been targeted. Okay, the FBI said on Friday evening that incidents targeting Teslas have been recorded in at least 9 states since January, including arson, gunfire, and graffiti. Well, we don't really care about the graffiti, but arson and gunfire, shooting up Tesla dealerships. These criminal actions appear to have been conducted by lone offenders. Bullshit. And all known incidents occurred at night, of course. The FBI said in the public service announcement, individuals require little planning to use rudimentary tactics, true, such as improvised incendiary devices and firearms, and may perceive these attacks as victimless property crimes. Fuck you. The FBI urged the public to be vigilant and to look out for suspicious activity around Tesla dealerships. Cool? Cool. Not cool. Let's see. What was I going to say about that? Okay, let's read this. The criminal actions appear to have been bullshit. This is, I would say, somewhat coordinated in a fashion. Okay, so let's talk about brainwashing. Are you brainwashed? Post a comment below. Are you brainwashed? I want to know right now. Is any of you down below brainwashed? Post a comment below and let me know right now, and I'll read out those comments in just a second. I don't believe that these are lone offenders. Now, what it could be in one of two fashions. They are clearly brainwashed by the left-leaning media, which is supported by, well, the drug companies, by this, by that, by everyone else. People who don't want to see Trump succeed and in proxy don't want to see Elon succeed. The left-leaning media is totally brainwashing their viewers. Okay, they came out recently, and look, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate where and it's annoying for me and for right-leaning people, which I'm right-leaning. Let's be honest. I am right-leaning these days. Didn't used to be. It's annoying when Trump, for example, says stupid shit, and you're like, bro, did you just have to say that? Could you have said it in a slightly different way, which didn't have miscalculations of context? Okay, now things are going to be taken out of context on purpose anyway to spin them that the left want to spin them. But it's like, bro, did you have to say that? Now with Elon, for example, it's like, isn't it amazing where you've got probably one of the world's smartest people, okay, Elon Musk, world's richest person in public, that is. There's probably richer families, richer people, trillionaires probably already, but the world's richest person. But they also happen to have, whether it's Asperger's or some kind of like that, where they just have a few little things a few things going on. So, world's probably one of the world's smartest people, world's probably greatest businessman at this stage, but he just happens to do, and I'm not going to do it, but he happens to put his hand on his heart, raise his arm, raise his arm higher than his shoulder, and throws his hand out multiple times on video. You're saying, my heart goes out to you. And what does it look like? Of course, it looks like a Nazi salute, because if you take it out of context, yeah, you do that. If you get rid of this part and just do that part. Even if you do that and then do that and do it twice and with the look on the face and all that, you're like, bro, I know you didn't mean it. I know you didn't mean it like that. But far out, man. Did you have to do that? Like, again, and I get my heart goes out to you. If you watch the video, it's very clear. But what did that do? The left jumped on it, as of course they would have done. I understand the game and how it works. But people who only watch left-leaning media, if they're not sampling news sources from both areas. Now, I would make the argument, and many others would, that if you're a right-leaning person and you probably have access to and see news more so from both sides of the aisle. But if you're really quite left-leaning, you're only watching your own news sources. Now, am I using confirmation bias right here? Yes, could be complete confirmation bias. But I believe that to be true. I see both sides of the argument most of the time, whereas I don't think many on the left even consider looking at the other side. They wouldn't even consider turning on Fox News for a couple of minutes. Whereas, I'll look at a CNN article, I'll look at an MSNBC article, for example, just to see what's going on the other side. What are they thinking? Okay? And you see it on X, for example. X, even though left-leaning people would call X, it's so right-leaning these days, Elon bought it and it's just all right-leaning stuff. No, it's equally weighted. When they do the calculations, it's around about 60-50 probably, 60% right-leaning, 50%, 60-40 roughly, or 55-45, something like that. Okay, you can see both sides on X, for example. But my point was, they're totally brainwashed into believing. People made TikTok videos crying that Elon Musk is a Nazi, that he's this, that, and the other, that he's only in doing Doge for himself to enrich himself, enrich his company. They are completely these crazy motherfuckers who are keying Tesla cars, who are spray painting them, who are blowing up charging stations and setting them on fire, who are shooting up Tesla dealerships, who are planting bombs, incendiary devices in Tesla dealerships. They are completely and utterly brainwashed. And I don't believe, therefore, they are lone offenders. The real offender is the left-leaning media, who is completely brainwashing them on purpose to go out and do these things. That's my take on it. Now, I'm going to read your comments. Are you brainwashed? Let's see. I would love to be able to. Let's go back down here. Are you brainwashed, people? Fair enough. All right. The Democrats are not the left. This is what you people need to... This is what... Hey, Jason, who are you calling? Who are you people? What are you talking about, man? The Dems are not the left. This is what I need... This is what you people need to understand. Okay, how are the Democrats... So you sound like more... You're not... Okay, Jason. I'm going to give you a hot tip, my friend. Love you very much, mate. I love your patronage. You are not on the left anymore, man. You are not left. The Democrats are the left. In the US, the Democrats are the left. That's who they are. The Democrats have shifted so far to the hard left that you, Jason, as probably what you would call yourself maybe, and I know you're Australian-based, I'm pretty sure. You're in Australia, aren't you? But you're a classical left, okay? Because the whole spectrum has shifted and the left has gone crazy in saying left, where now you're much more center, okay? You're kind of classic left, right? You're not left-leaning anymore, Jason. I would almost hazard a guess, dare I say it, that you're almost right-leaning these days, Jason. Can you imagine that? You're definitely not left, though, Jason. You're not left now. You're classic left. You're not left now. Even in Australia, look at Melbourne. Look at Victoria, the state that I'm in, and look at Melbourne. Who's the in Melbourne City area? It's Adam Bandt. Adam Bandt, the head of the Green Party. The Green Party is in power in the Melbourne City area. Ugh! How hard left can you go? Okay? This is where it's all shifted in the last number of decades. It's all shifted way, way left, and now you've just come more to the center now, Jason. You're not left anymore. That's in my humble opinion. Okay? And I could be wrong. Anyone Let's see. Okay, let's read this. The real left wants all people to have free education, healthcare, social security, no matter where you fall on the political spectrum. Isn't that the Dems want all of them? Or are you saying they only want... Oh, I see what you're saying. They only want... The current Democrats only want anyone who is not white to do it. I think that's what you're basically saying. Yeah, I just think... Yes, this is the thing though, Jason. That opinion right there, so they want all people to have free education, healthcare, and social security, no matter where you fall on the political spectrum. Okay, you are a right-leaning person. Do you know why? Because the right want everyone to have a free education. Can I get all my right-leaning people in the chat right now to type Y for yes or N for no? Okay, do you want free... Now, this you got to separate this question. Okay, do you want everyone to have free education? Do you want everyone to have free healthcare? Do you want everyone to have free social security? Do you want everyone to have social security? No matter where you fall on the spectrum, all my right-leaning people answer that question right now. Y for yes or N for no? Okay, Jason, you're about to find out you have a hell of a lot in common with your right-leaning brethren. There's a big key difference in that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to wait for those to come in. Let's get some more comments and I'll come back to that. And then I've got to do Bitcoin and crypto very quickly as well to all my 100-something people, 150-something people watching. Let's see. Talking about brainwashing. Jason says it's not coordinated. It is coordinated. It has pissed off many people and a lot have lost their jobs, some being veterans, etc. As I've said before, don't condone violence, but some you've lost... Yeah. It is absolutely coordinated. Yes. Are there going to be some people who are angry? Yes. But they're angry plus fueled by the media. Okay? It is coordinated on purpose. Let's see. As a matter of fact, the Dems tried to kill the steel industry job, the steel industry that cost me my job. Interesting. Comments. I want free education, not free indoctrination. Okay, free healthcare if it wasn't a shit show at the hospitals, of course. So yes, okay, we're getting Y's here. So Jason, and I know, and here's another yes right here. You do all want that. Okay, Jason, you have got so much in common with right-leaning people. I want that. I want to see free education. I want to see free healthcare. I want to see social security. But the form in which it is done, the solution to it, is different to the way that the left generally wants to fund it. They want to fund it through taxes. We want to fund it through technology. That's pretty much how it goes. Have free enterprise, free markets, get competition. Competition makes everything better. Competition makes things cheaper. Okay? Competition makes things better and cheaper. We want all the regulations removed. Get rid of the education departments in all of the world. Have school choice, for example. Get rid of all the government regulations that say you must do this and this, that, and that, and the other. Okay, of course, you've got to keep people safe and all that kind of stuff. But the more you get rid of regulations, the more you increase technology, that's going to bring the cost down of education. That's going to bring the cost down of healthcare. You've got to get government... And you've got to get big business, big pharma, for example, out of the pockets of the government. Get rid of all these bullshit regulations, okay? Just have a true free market in competition, all right? Because, Pfizer, do you think they're not in the pockets? Of course they are. They're in the pockets of the government. They're in the pockets of the media. Pfizer, the FDA, all of that. They go, hey, you know that new company that's coming that's bringing that drug? Hey, FDA. Hey, it's Pfizer calling. Hey, FDA, that new drug that's coming up, maybe just don't approve that one. Okay, do you think that's not happening? Of course it is, because big business and big government are colluding with each other. Okay, get rid of all those regulations, let competition happen, and you'll see over time, decades it might take, you'll see cheaper education, cheaper healthcare. So you might be able to get to a point where it's social security for all. Okay, that's what we want. The misnomer about from the left about the right is the right don't care about the poor. The right want to just get richer, and the right just they want to see people dying in the streets. And but it's like, no, it's just we disagree on the way to do it, because the way the major left, the way the Democrats, and I won't call you that, Jason, I won't call you a Democrat, but the way the left want to do it is by hiking up taxes, which is the stupidest bloody way to do it completely in history, because it goes against basic human incentive. Oh, man. Okay. I will have to talk about that another time because I've got a lot of stuff to do. But I watched a great debate. There's an amazing debate on that Diary of a CEO one with Gary Stevenson and Daniel Priestley. And it was very interesting. And it talked about human incentives and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I won't go on about that. Sorry. And are you... Okay, so here's the short answer about are you brainwashed? The answer is yes. You out there, anyone watching right now, yes, you're brainwashed too. You are. There's just good brainwashing and there's bad brainwashing. Everyone is brainwashed to some degree. Everyone is indoctrinated into some kind of thing. Sometimes it's for your benefit and then sometimes it's not. But brainwashing in general, not a bad thing, okay? You need to be brainwashed by your parents not to run out onto the road and not to touch that hot fire and all that kind of stuff, okay? We all get brainwashed at school when we go in. And do you remember, at least in Australia, on a Friday, was it on a Monday morning or a Friday morning? One of the two, they raised up the Australian flag and we sang the national anthem. That's brainwashing. That is brainwashing to have a sense of kind of national kind of pride. That's a good brainwashing, okay, to have a sense of national pride. Of course, they're very patriotic in the United States. They do the Pledge of Allegiance and all that. That is a brainwashing technique. Is it bad? No, you want to have some kind of national pride in your country and all that kind of stuff. And I would call that positive brainwashing. And you also are brainwashed from the media you consume as well. I would never say that I am not influenced by the media I consume. Of course I am. All right. We're all brainwashed to a certain degree. But these Tesla motherfuckers who are been completely brainwashed from the left on purpose, they're really stoking the fire for their own purposes. And it's evil and wrong. And I disavow it. Let's get into crypto. That was a big thing today. Let's see. Got a lot of people watching. Hit the big red subscribe button on YouTube and hit follow me on X. All right. Let's go to... Oh, what was that? Oh, I've got an alert. Something just triggered my alerts. Let's go. Quick Bitcoin and crypto analysis, because we're over the 1 hour mark. No, and I've got to move that. Excuse me, right there. Cool. Here is Bitcoin on the daily time frame price in USD, $87,330 US dollars using the tradingview.com website. We saw the spike. We saw that move. I did say I needed to see at least that. So, okay, good. I don't like that spike though. Ooh, we've got 28 minutes, until the end of this day, and we're going to start a new day. We have spiked above that $87,300, $400 level that I talked about. It's good to see that. That needs to remain. What I need to see now, look, we got up to 88,700. Ooh, was that a Fibonacci level? Give me a second. Was that the one we talked about previous? Am I wrong on that? Pretty close. Is that based on that one or that one? Nope, there we go. It's based on that one right there. Yeah. So based on, it's close enough for Jazz. So it's based on the 109 roughly. So we have failed so far to break and hold above the 0.382 level. Yeah, see that spike there? So right there, see that spike down? That's at that Fibonacci level, 89,200 roughly. We've failed to, and we probably will fail the day to close above that. So we're coming to some resistance. I would love to see Bitcoin close above there. Okay, right at that spike. Can we close the day above there, please, at around about 87,500? It's another $200. Just do that, please. That would be good. I mean, at least closing above that spike, that would be nice, to say, oh, potential higher prices. If we spike much lower, like if you spike down and you close the day, this day in the next 28 minutes or so, excuse me 1 second. Don't you know that I'm doing a podcast? If you close below here at, where are we? 86,900 roughly. That's not great, all right? Because we say that we don't like the big spikes in the upward direction in fiat dollar denominated assets because it says it made a play for it, but then sellers are still in control of the market. So closing below there would probably tell me that we're setting up for a potential move back down and maybe to test support. I wouldn't want to see support. I would want to see support hold, sorry. No lower than that $84,400 level. I really wouldn't want to see it go back to there. I would actually say right here at that spike. So there. So that's what I want to see. I want to see a close above here. That sets it up for a potential move above this Fibonacci line. That would be good. Excuse me 1 second. I need to answer the phone. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Had to answer the phone. It was nothing that important, which is good. Let's see. Need to see it close above the day. Can we close above the day above 87,500 roughly? That would be good. That sets it up for a potential higher move, but I've got to see it close bare minimum above $89,000. You really need to be aware of not the fake out here, but you really need to be aware of turning over from here. Okay, we haven't cleared the 0.382. You've got to be really concerned about a turnover here. That is absolutely still majorly on the cards. As long as we remain above that 84,400, okay, sure. You start closing below there, yeah, and then we're probably, that's not good, okay? Then we're talking the much lower prices, and you don't want to see around about $72,000 to $74,000 breaking, okay? You do that, good night, Irene. Gone for another probably year and a half, 2 years potentially, okay, for Bitcoin. Great to see it above, great to see where it is right now, not out of the woods for crypto, but that's for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the altcoin market. We did have a similar move, okay, in the altcoin market. This is altcoins minus the top 10. Show you right there. We did come up to, where was it? Exact resistance of that downtrend line on the daily time frame. Others right here. We are at 240 billion. We did like the fact that we came back up above, and we've held so far above 230 billion. That's a very key Fibonacci level. We found it as support, and then, gee, what do you know? That downtrend line, which I had drawn in yesterday or the day before, has found resistance basically exactly at that spike. Okay, I need to see it break above and do that. Okay, then above that 250 and then onwards to the 280. You start clearing 280, and this downtrend line, as we've been saying, that is go, go, go time probably for an altcoin season 2025. Nowhere near it. At least got to do that. I don't know where it's going from here. Some people are saying, oh, don't worry, man. It's altcoin 2025 season. It's just a little blip along the way. Yeah, sure, we didn't have the traditional really good first quarter after the year after a halving. But, you know, that's different, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen in 2025. I don't know that. Neither do you. These are the levels we need to see. Do not base it on what happened before. That's not a thing. Okay, you got to base it on what you're seeing at the moment. That's what I'm seeing. Don't want to see that. Okay, do that really bad, and good night again for crypto in general. You do that, something snaking like that, at least close and hold that 250 billion. That would be a decent sign, and the big test is here at that 280. Again, close above that and hold that as support. Really good. That's all I have to say for the general altcoin market. Quickly, if we take a look at something like ACH, Alchemy Pay, currently finding some consolidation under resistance. That's good. Your resistance level is 3 cents. Same thing as yesterday. Got to clear 3 cents, hold it, and then onwards and upwards. I will get into ACH, Alchemy Pay, once again, when we clear and hold for US cents. Okay, ACH, XRP. Again, the crossover crypto between the precious metals and the crypto world. Not a lot to say. Again, broken record at the moment. Still below $2.60. Need to see it clear and hold that in order to say onwards and upwards we go. While it's between $2.10 and $2.60. So while it's between that 50-cent range, it is any directions game at the moment. Nothing is telling me onwards and upwards yet. And I am not the professional. So someone else like ASX Trader, for example, might be seeing much better patterns than I, and might be going, oh, I'm really thinking about getting heavily back into it. I can't say that yet until at least we cross and hold $2.60. Okay, it's a key Fibonacci level from the old highs of $3.30 back in the day in 2017, 2018. It's that to there, and that $2.60 is there. That's very minute. You can hardly see that. But that's the level I'm looking at. $2.60, crossover there, and then we're looking better, I will say. That would say invalidated head and shoulders pattern, and then probably you would see a pump maybe to the previous all-time high. That would be good. Let's see. I'm going to take a quick look at some others, and then we'll get out of here. Here is one out of interest. Here is one that I will be back in when it crosses over certain levels, and this is RSR. This is reserve rights. One of the darlings of the 2019-2020 kind of era, 2021 era. Okay, you can see up in 2021 it hit 11 cents. Okay, it did very, very well. RSR was a huge one. Okay, look into what RSR is, reserve rights. Look to its ties towards the current administration, for example, and look at what its aim is. Its aim, and it has been helping people fight inflation in third world countries as such. We're talking Venezuela. It's helped people literally keep food on their tables in Venezuela, Argentina, and some other South American countries, okay? They're trying to take that same model and then bring it into the regulations in the US, okay? They're currently very, very pally with the current administration that's in power at the moment. So if crypto is going to continue in 2025 or beyond, reserve rights is something you really want to have on your radar, okay? And you can see from a technical perspective, we have held this uptrend line. It was a quick spike down below, but it's so far a false breakdown. We've got to move up to where it currently 007 roughly. Okay, I probably will not be getting back in until at least crosses. And again, I might be missing amazing moves. Okay, but I've got to wait until confirmation tells me that we're going to continue onwards and upwards. Okay, I'm probably going to be waiting until around about 1.5 US cents, and that's more than double from here. Okay, am I going to miss out on a doubling? Yeah, but look, that's crypto. You know, it is what it is. You got to take your lumps. So yeah, it's not out of the woods yet. At least needs to clear 1.3 cents right there. Okay, right there at that level, and then talk turkey. But this can easily just tick over. I would need to see this, something like that, and do that. Get out of this purple zone right here, and then looking quite good for a further move up. Unless someone like ASX Trader does a video, or I speak to him personally and he goes, man, crypto is really coming back. Here's the reasons why. Cool, then I might get in earlier. But other than that, no, waiting till at least about 1.3 cents. What else are we going to do? Don't know what that was. That was weird. And finally, I'll take a quick look at TOSHI, and then we'll do some final comments and we'll get out of here. Chart request, maybe, if I have time. Not a lot to say. Here's TOSHI on the 4-hour time frame. Not a lot to say. We have made an attempt. There you go. We made an attempt to break out. Hey, remember what I talked about yesterday in that video that I posted on X about getting to the apex of this downtrend line and this downtrend line right here. You remember how I said it would probably get to the apex and maybe make a play for it. It tried to make a play on TOSHI, the meme coin of base chain. Okay, failed move so far. Okay, we had a spike right at that apex right there. Isn't that interesting? Right on that corner. If I move that, you can see very clearly that was that downtrend line. It was around about, there it is, right there. Yeah, failed move. So far, not good. Okay, I need that to hold for TOSHI. It needs to hold this. Look, basically, and you can see there, it needs to hold the 0.00033 area. It needs to hold that, and if you don't, downwards we go. Okay, you hold that, and then, okay, we'll talk about higher prices, and it could be a decent little bit of a gain. We're not anywhere there yet. We just made a play for it. It was a spike. So far, in the next 16 minutes, we're going to close the day. It might actually be closing the day below there. So that would not be good. That would set it up for a move down. Okay, that's it for TOSHI. That's all I have to say. Final comments, and then we shall get out of here, and we'll talk about the other stuff that we were talking about before. I'll get your comments on that. A lot of amazing comments and opinions, etc. in the chat. Fantastic. If you would like to continue the chat after I finish the show, head over to my Telegram group. I didn't put it in the chat, but once the show is finished, if you're watching this on the replay, go to the pinned comment in the replay and click on the Telegram link. It'll take you to the channel, which is open 24/7. Talk to your amazing Good Morning Stackers crew, your fellow crew members, and keep the party going. Keep it respectful, all legal. I love free speech, so go as crazy, as woo-woo as you like. I do have the right to ban anyone, of course, though, if I think you're going a little bit too over the line. Let's see. Hyundai just announced that they're going to build a steel factory here in the States to make steel for their car factory they are building here. Great for everyone. Ah, interesting. So Hyundai just announced they're going to build a steel factory here in the States. Wow. Would they have done that if Kamala Harris was in power? Or could that be the Trump effect? Thank you very much. I guess the bigger question is, this is about Elon. I guess the bigger question is, should Elon be doing that role in the first place in terms of Doge? Okay, so the short answer for me is, who the hell else could do it? Okay, the only people that really can do it are CEOs and good CEOs that have come into companies. That's the lighting is bad. There you go. Who have come into companies that are completely over bloated, and who rather than and other people have used this analogy, rather than using a scalpel and just chipping away at little bits at a time, they get the sledgehammer out and the axe and go, okay, we got to cut 80% of this workforce like that. It's the only way to do it. Okay, you've got to cut big, you've got to cut fast, and then there's going to be mistakes, and then you just adjust the mistakes as they happen. Okay, doing this little by just cutting a little bit of time. Oh, let's take a 10% from here, 5% from here. Hey, department. Hey, random US government department. We're looking at cutting some stuff. I want you to go away, send me a report, and tell me the things that you think could be cut from your budget to improve waste and all that. All right, okay, yeah, no problem, Elon. We'll get back to you in 3 months' time. Oh, well, can you do it in a month? Okay, we'll do it in a month. No worries. Here's our list of things, and it's like that large. Okay, that's how you can't do it that way. It would take forever for anything to get done. You need to do what Elon needs to do what Elon did with Twitter. He bought it for $44 billion, came in and went, this place is a bloated sack of protoplasm, if you get that reference. I need to cut everything. Free lunches? Sorry, you got to go. The entire marketing department, sorry, you got to go. This, that, and the other, I've got to keep. What do I need? I need the engineers. All right, let's pick the best engineers. Good, go. Sorry, 90% of the workforce. It is what it is. I got to save this company. And he did. And it is now, I think, on the verge, or it might even be making a profit quite potentially right now. He's just doing that exact same thing with the US government, all headed by Trump, of course. Elon isn't the czar. He's not the, I'm just going to do anything and then, tell Trump about it later. Trump is the boss. He brings everything. Hey, we found this, this, and the other. Can we do this? I suggest this. And Trump goes, yeah, do that. Oh, no, don't do that one. I don't like that. Okay? He's still the boss, but you need an Elon. So yeah, he's the perfect person to do it. Let's see. Lots of comments here, and then we shall get out of here. Hunter did do coke in the White House. Yes, it probably was. You guys, I'm not going to go through all of that. Let's see. Should schools have removed the flagpole? Some schools have removed the flagpole. Yeah, exactly. And many don't do the flag raising. Exactly. Do we think we need to get back to that in Australia? Yes, I do. Instead, we fly multiple flags, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying flying different types of flags, all that. Sure. But, a bit of national pride would be nice, I think. Democrats are a party that want power. They are a party of neoliberal corporatists. Not sure what you are trying to prove. You, my friend, Jason, are right-leaning, and you don't know it yet. See, your kid's got to go, and yeah, I got to go too. I remember doing it as a kid, but apparently it's not a regular thing at the moment. Yes, that's right, raising the flag and doing the national anthem. A lot of schools stopped doing the Pledge of Allegiance in the States. Crazy, they are allowed to stop that. If anyone will bring it back, he will. Ooh. When North Korea does it and pledge allegiance to the supreme leader, it's crazy. When the US does it, it's patriotic. No, I actually don't think. I think I disagree with North Korea's general politics, but why can't North Korea do a pledge of allegiance to their nation? Fine. Okay. Now, do they... Now, here's... no, Jason. Hang on. Jason. If anyone gets that Australian thing. Here is the big difference that you are not seeing. And I don't mean this to be bash on Jason Day, but you're bringing up some points, so I'll bring it up. When North Korea does it and pledges allegiance to the supreme leader, it's crazy. But when the US does it, it's patriotic. No, the US does not pledge allegiance to the leader of the country. And all of my American followers will agree with me right now, and they're going to hammer you. Now, you don't know this as an Australian, but I know this as someone who's lived in America, and I know this as just someone who knows American culture decently, is you pledge allegiance to what is it, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments? The flag. Okay, it is a pledging allegiance in America. They pledge allegiance to the flag, no matter who the leader is. So even when there is a left-leaning, ultra-liberal, left-leaning government in power, they still pledge allegiance to the flag. It's about the nation. It's not about the individual leader like the supreme leader, okay, like of Korea. Big distinction that you must learn and understand, Jason. Jason, if they die, they don't pledge allegiance, right? When you turn 18 in America, you pledge your allegiance to your country by signing the draft papers. Technically, you don't sign, you go to jail. Interesting. Final comments and we'll get out of here. Elon has lost my trust. Oh, okay. Pushing technocracy is a big problem. Why is it technocracy? But we'll go into that in another time because I've got to get out of here. Half the country, no, they're not. No, they're not. Half the country is not pledging allegiance to Trump. Half the country voted for Trump. Here's another thing. This show's going to be so long. Here's what you also don't understand, Jason, about the US culture. Okay, and I understand it. Again, I lived there for a while, and I just know more about it. Okay, here's the thing. The particularly conservatives like the Constitution, and they uphold the Constitution. They don't bow down to a specific leader. Now, Trump is their guy at the moment. Okay, Trump is their guy. They're not pledging allegiance to Trump. Trump is their leader at the moment. Okay, so of course, right? But this is the thing, and here's the test, and this is how you know. If Trump were to do anything major that it goes majorly against the US Constitution, who are the American people? What are the American people going to do? Are they going to blindly follow Trump, or are they going to go, dude, you are way out of line, man. This is way against the Constitution. No, mate, get back in line, or else we're going to out you as soon as humanly possible. I guarantee you that is what Americans are all about. They pledge allegiance to the flag, not to a person. Okay? If Trump came out and said, I don't know, do you think, right, if Trump came out, not that he ever would, but he came out randomly, he had a brain aneurysm and goes, I'm going to ban all semi-automatic rifles. All right? Do you think that the conservatives are going to go, yes, Supreme Leader Trump, let's go hand in all our guns? They'll go, what are you doing, bro? You're out, man, and we're getting someone else in. They pledge allegiance to the flag, not to a person. Okay? He has, and they are blindly following him. Oh my God. No, mate, you don't get it. Okay, you don't get it. Still love you though, Jason. We are going to get out of here, my people. This has been Good Morning Stackers for Tuesday, the something of March, the 25th of March, 2025. This has been a great show. It's been an interesting one. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family and follow me on X. The interview with Chris Dwayne from Silver Shield. Silver Shield's Chris Dwayne is coming up on Thursday morning. Make sure you stay for that. And, of course, come see me tomorrow morning for all the crazy things we do here. Live gold, silver, platinum analysis, Bitcoin and crypto, and all the wonderful, amazing stuff that we do. Get your beverages ready because we will do the final synchronized slurp before we get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching.
Good morning, Stack.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stack.
It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do that.
Synchronize. Slurp.
3, 2,
Now
1,
we're
go.
on the move.
Slurp it.
Good morning,
Ah, great show, dude. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see ye tomorrow. Bye.